Hey everybody, it's Mike Venus La Soul and I'm back. And I want to give my review of Rhythm and Flow, the American version, because you got the French one, the Italian one, and the Brazilian one. It's on Netflix. First season had Chance the Rapper, Cardi B, and T.I. as the judges, and D Smoke was the winner. And season two had Ludacris, Lotto, and DJ Khaled as the judges, and the winner was Dre TL. It's a rap competition. Uh, the winner wins 250K, quarter mil, right? And either to be on a Spotify list, playlist, or oh yeah, he ate that, or to work in the Spotify studio. Now, what did I think about the shows? Number one, season one, I felt was the standard. Um, it came out in like 2019, and then it was a big gap, and then 2024 last year was when it came out with season two. So you had a big gap. I can also notice that the budgets were different because in season one you had the auditions in several cities where either Ti or Cardi or Chance the Rapper went to different cities to recruit or listen to people audition and then bring them to I think it was out in LA. And from there, once they got the people they who passed the audition stage, they did a battle. They battle rap or they freestyle or some shit like that. And from that, they cut some more, and then they had a battle, cut some more. Then they did a collaboration towards the finals. They collabed with what was it? Janae Aiko, Ty Dolla Sign, Miguel, Tory Lanez. I think it was somebody else. And then they cut some Tiana Taylor, and then they cut some more, and then the person had their single, and then they had the finals, and D Smoke won. Now, I felt the talent was a little bit better on season one. The difference between season one, what I just listed, and season two was that in season two, majority of episodes dealt with the audition part. They auditioned in Atlanta. Then they did the battle rapping up in Detroit. Then they came back to Atlanta. They did I think the freestyling in Atlanta, like a cipher type thing, and then the battle rap in Detroit. Then they came back, they did their singles, and then they did their collabs, and then they had their finals, where they worked with a top tier producer, similar to the first season. Right. So, what's my issues? The first season, I say was better because even though I'm not a big fan of Cardi B or Chance the Rapper, I don't really like his music. And I mean Ti, he okay. I think he okay. I didn't like everything he put out, but I like some of his songs. But the main thing I felt that was missing from season one to season two was that the judges actually helped in coaching the people that they had recruited from the auditions when they traveled to different cities to bring people in. They do this also on the other rhythm and flows, like on the French one, the Italian, and the Brazilian one, right? Because it's like the judges have their roster and then they battle it out. You know what I'm saying? And that was kind of like the format for the rest of the rhythm and flows in the different countries. They kept that format, but they changed it in season two. Lotto, Ludacris, and even DJ Khaled didn't really coach them. They kind of passed it off to other people, and I felt that a lot of those rappers on season two really needed coaching, bro. So let me get into my critiques about season two. The main thing, the judging. I felt that I know DJ Khaled had experience as a judge on these you know talent shows with the what was it, the Four, and on this, but Lotto and Ludacris, no. I thought Ludacris was probably the most consistent when it came to judging people, even at sometimes not being straight up rude, but just being very having constructive criticism when it came to the performers. And then with Lotto, I don't think she should have been on the show. Personally, I don't think she did enough in the game to even be in a position to judge people, and I didn't really care for her referring back to her previous show that she did when she won, and I always kept bringing it up, and then basically saying that the people on the show didn't do anything after they were on the rap game, which she was on, which, you know, to be technical, you were almost a few months from being 18 when you competed on the first season, and you were competing against a bunch of preteens and just got into teenagers. So that's not saying much. Plus, I didn't like how she did Jermaine afterwards. I thought that was tacky. That's tacky, right? So, um, the guy who won, Dre TL, and the guy who came second place, Jay Ty. I felt Jay was ready, very skilled. He performed every challenge perfectly, and that's another thing too. I don't think that every challenge is like you. Usually, who wins isn't always the most skilled in every challenge. It's usually the person that the judges like, or the people of the show, or the people that's watching the show wants to win. So, this isn't like American Idol that season when you had like the top 10 all do something after the show. The one that Carrie Underwood won. A lot of people that didn't win end up being very successful afterwards. So it wasn't like that where the talent was just overwhelming and it was tough. It was really weak. My main critiques was that I feel like a lot of these people were either just starting to rap or don't have much experience rapping in front of people or working in the studio with producers, right? Prime example, Dre TL. I wasn't feeling him from the beginning. If I was a judge, I wouldn't have picked him. I wouldn't even, from the audition up, I would not have picked him. I'll tell you, first reason was that I couldn't understand him. I don't know if it's a grammar thing or an accent or the way his mouth is shaped because he had a crazy overbite. But I couldn't understand it. The clarity of his words was not good. Secondly, he couldn't stay on beat to save his life. Every performance on that show, he was off beat. And not like it was a little bit, no, it wasn't even like it's like, oh, I'm pushing the beat a little bit and then I'm falling back on it just for, dynamics and shit. This was just, he will hear the beat and he goes. And he's not even listening to the beat. He's trying to, force feed as many bars as he can. And I feel like the judging, if the judges were actually coaching the people that they picked, it would have been a better overall experience from him and even the other people. Detroit Diamond, I felt her confrontation with Bangladesh when he was when she made it to the finals, and she comes in, she already has a song prepared, haven't heard the beat yet, and he comes in, he wants to make a beat around or make a song, and they're beefing over it, and then she's fucking up the arrangement. Now he's a producer, he's not a beat maker. Like me, I do it all. I can rap, sing, songwrite, compose, make the beats, arrange it. I can engineer the track. I could do all that. I did all that. So I know the steps. And that was an issue I didn't like. In the song that she picked, this is where I was saying like a lot of them didn't have much experience. And it showed was that like she picked a fast tempo song, but she's trying to keep up with the tempo of the song besides approaching it from a half speed or normal speed approach. Like for an example, right? I got two examples. When and it's on my channel. When I did Juneteenth with my wife, um, that song is 90 BPM, right? That's normal time, right? We did a 16, and then we had a pre-chorus, which was 8 bars. So that's like 24, right? Is it 24? Yeah, it's 24. Yes, 24. Yeah, it's 24, right? 24 bars each in the verse, right? But I chose that tempo because of the fact that the content of what we was rapping on, we wanted people to digest what we were saying. We wanted to do it where we're not out of breath. You understand? And we could focus on clarity and a steady tempo where people are listening. Now we did a song Big on there. It's on my channel where we performed it live, which is at 145 BPM, which is fast. That's considered double time. But we approached it from a halftime perspective, like it was 72.5 BPM. And that was more like in the verse, which was 32 bars, but we split it. So we each got 16, right? But really it felt like 8. You understand? We rapped it like it was 8, but really it was 16. This comes from experience. But a lot of them didn't want to take direction from the producers. And these Bangladesh, 30 Rock, I forgot the other guy who worked with the Ali girl, which I didn't like her performance. I didn't like her energy the whole time. And Hitmaker, who worked with Dre TL. Like, the only person that had a decent experience with these multi-platinum, multi-Grammy nominated or winning producers was Jay with 30 Rock, which I thought they should have won just off of the performance, the arrangement, the production. It was chef's kiss. It was perfect. But he lost because they wanted to give it to Dre TL, and even in his performance, it felt discombobulated. And then when you watch the show, Dre had an issue with Hitmaker. First, he spent 8 hours in the studio not putting a song together, which is crazy. He disrespected the guy because he's trying to give him direction on the song. He listened to what he wanted to do. He tried to give him a direction. He resisted it. And 24 hours later, Hitmaker just walked out because he was like, I'm not working with this guy. That's bad. Bad. And then the other thing I didn't like the people they collab with. One, I don't know these artists. I don't think a lot of people don't know them like that. Two, when you collab with someone, meaning this isn't your idea, you're not the solo artist or feature artist, the main artist on the track, you're working with someone. If they have a topic, which the topic was already pre-established because they had a song, you have to, if you're featured with someone, you have to contribute, not take away. The Ali girl, I felt she took away from the song when she chose to rap about hard, gritty shit. And I didn't like her rapping style. And that's another thing, I didn't like that a lot of the female rappers on there wasn't feminine. They didn't have no femininity about them. They were just all hardcore, aggressive. And it was very offsetting. I think the one chick from Dallas, Honey Baby with the X, she had potential, but she choked when they did the battling and when they did the cipher, and that kind of took her ass off the show. But voice-wise, she had dynamics and she had good bars, and she had clarity. And if they talk about markability with the looks, she would have done well, but she just never made it there. But a lot of these people were not ready, and it really made the show suffer because it's like it's a TV show. They're trying to get people to watch it based off of looks and talent, but that's what you get whenever you go through some type of agency and all that, and then you get people that's just clocking in for a check. So I did not like Rhythm and Flow season 2, the American edition, and I would suggest if you're watching it, just watch either the French Rhythm and Flow season 1 was really good, and we started the Brazil episodes, and they're very good. So check them out. But let me know what you think in the comment section. I ain't gonna say that the people on there was trash. I just felt like a lot of them was inexperienced when it came to performing, and a lot of the steps that normally happen when dealing with music, like collaborating, working with producers, coming up with new songs, knowing how to structure songs and how to breathe when you're performing, and just having stage presence. A lot of them didn't have it, but the guy who did, Jay, he should have won, but they didn't give it to him. I think it's probably because it was an Atlanta thing. The West Coast is starting to have a resurgence and dominance, and maybe they wanted really bad for an Atlanta rapper to win, and the show was rigged. That's my opinion. A lot of people, they see it that way. If you don't, give me your opinion in the comment section. But that's my thoughts on the show. I like what the producers did, what they could do, working with those artists, but it's a learning lesson in all in itself. So with that, let me know what you think. Till the next time, y'all be blessed. Mike out.